Well, hello and welcome back to the cabin. As you can see, we've got a good busy meal ahead of us here. A nice roast beef dinner with all the trimmings for the one we love. So let's get right to it. These are things we're going to add later: pears, potatoes, carrots. For now, we're going to add onions, peppers, celery, and get it roasting. I've got the oven turned up to 390, and I'm going to get it nice and hot. And I'm just trying to crack the skin. There we go. And then once it's nice and hot for a good hour, I'll then turn it down to about 350. And I'm going to slow roast it for another 2 hours. I want it to be really tender. This is a round roast, and if they aren't baked properly, they can be as tough as old boots. So we don't want that. We want it to be nice and tender, almost fall apart. And I'm going to start by cutting up some nice purple onions in a large cut. And I'm just going to cut it all up and sprinkle it all over the top of the roast and around in the sides. So not very big pieces. All right, there we go. So we've got some chunks of onion. I've put in 2 cups of water in the pan. So as you can see, it's a great deal of onions. That's going to be the main flavor. So rather than adding too much spice, I'll let onions and celery and garlic do their work. And of course the peppers, we've got so much sweet peppers right now. They seem to be in all the stores and markets, and we really enjoy them. I should probably do some pickling if I could find the time. Lots of peppers. This is, if I make gravy, this is going to be a tasty gravy. I'm not sure if I'm making gravy yet. All right, we're going to stop at that. That's more than enough. Gives it nice color too. All right, and we'll wipe our board. I can hear the seeds. I've got a bit of celery here already cut up, and I wanted to add another bit of celery. All this has been pre-washed. All of this will cook down, soften, and add its flavors to the pan. Yeah, this celery is nice and green. That's better. All right, so that's where we're at with that. It's going to be covered with tin foil. And like I said, we're going to bake it for about an hour, I believe. Let's go an hour. 50 minutes, an hour at 390. And this is just one of my mixed spices. I've got this secondary camera going, so I'm trying not to get in the way. All right, we've got a picture to take. Very good. And back to filming. Now on this camera, I can just take a picture while I'm filming, so that's kind of nice. I find some cameras are not all they're cracked up to be. All right, so we've got this covered with a nice chunk of tin foil, and we're putting that in the oven at 390 for about 50 minutes. I'm going to remove it from the oven and add an array of these vegetables: turnips, potatoes, carrots, and a few pears, just for looks and sweetness. And then put it back in the oven for almost 2 hours on low and just let it bake. Let it get all the juices. So when we come back to the little kitchen at the cabin, this meal will be complete in one pan. We'll be ready to serve. We'll let the meat rest, and then we're going to have a delicious taste test. So stay tuned, or we'll be right back. Happens so fast. And we'll come back with a delicious meal that maybe you want to serve on Valentines for dinner, or if you have to celebrate a day or two early because you work. This is a beautiful meal to put together, and leftovers for the days to come. All right, we'll see you back here in just a bit. Welcome back. There was a long break in between. We got a lot done. All right, so at this point, I gotta move this camera a bit. We added rosemary and thyme on top of the roast, as well as a little bit of garlic, minced garlic. We did take out all the veg that we had added: onions, peppers, celery, and then we also have the turnips, which turned out wonderful, carrots, and some pears. They're not the usual pears that I would poach with food or poach in wine, but they did in a pinch. It's all we had. Now I've cut the meat. I hope you can see everything there. Okay, good. I've cut the meat and used my electric knife I got for Christmas, so the pieces look rather wonderful. And let's plate up a couple of pieces here. Now we're going to add some gravy, so if it looks dry, don't panic. I'm going to put a dollop of these veggies, and I don't think I'm going to have a whole potato, but I'll have a piece of a potato. Now there's 4 of us tonight, so this will be just nice. And a few carrots. Very nice. I'm also trying to make the plate look pretty. Let's get a nice big piece of carrot as well. Okay. Yeah. And might as well have a nice pear on our plate. Wonderful. And if we could just scoot the meat over towards the horseradish, and we'll add in some nice turnips. Turnips, that root kind of vegetable, you keep it in your root cellar. They go good with everything from turkey to roast meat. And there you have it. Let's move this out of the way. And there we've got our gravy going really good. I did a small mixture of flour and water and a few spices. We're just going to add that and let it thicken. And I added, of course, the juice from, I'll wash my hands. Added the juice from the roast as well. So once I took the veggies off, I added the juice. So this turned out really nice. At this point, I'm going to take a couple pictures. And then once I add the gravy, I'll take another picture. All right, got some pictures. I think this gravy's just about ready. Now, this isn't something that we have all the time. Once in a while, we'll have a roast or a chicken on the weekend, on a Sunday. We know some of the kids are coming, their grandkids, so we'll do something a little extra special and do a roast or a roast chicken. All right, so let's dress up this potato. I have a knife here. I'm gonna just put that right inside. A little bit of butter. Wouldn't hurt to put a little on the turnips as well. And how about a small pinch of salt? All right, and the gravy is ready. Let's shut it off. Everything smells wonderful. We've got our clean utensils. Keep that on camera. I'll get a small ladle for the gravy. And across the meat. And slightly across the potatoes. Oh, that's a nice looking plate. Let's get another picture. Now that we've dressed it up with some nice gravy, that looks pretty good. Very nice. I'm happy with that. Let's do a taste test. See how it turned out. Let's get right into that roast beef. Just a small piece. Oh, I almost need a stronger knife. Of course, I'm moving around on the charger. Oh dear. Oh dear. Let's do a small piece from this side. All right, there we go. And a small bit of horseradish. Nice roast beef, Valentine's dinner. Mmm. Mmm, delicious. Very good. Creamy gravy. A little bit of turnip. Mmm. Yeah. If you made this for dinner anytime, or Sunday dinner, or in this case, maybe Valentines, I know I'd sure love it. Mmm, delicious. This turned out really good. Well, thanks for joining me here again in the little kitchen at the cabin. We've made a roast beef dinner with pears, potatoes, carrots, and a multitude of veg for the sauce, and a nice thick brown gravy. We'll see you again soon. Thank you to all my subscribers and viewers. We have surpassed our 200 and are aiming for 300. So if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Where is it? Is it down there? Is it down there? Is it down there? I don't know. Anyway, hit that subscribe button and be part of the beginnings of this little channel that just keeps growing. We do all types of shows, daily cooking shows, meditation, readings of old books and stories and new, and just make friends along the way. As always, be kind to each other, be kind to nature, and go safely into the forest as often as you can. Just not after dark and alone. Who doesn't like a good potato? We'll see you on the next one in the little kitchen at the cabin.